Xin chào quý vị và các bạn đến với Thứ Hai cùng Mai Duyên. Đây sẽ là nơi mà mình chia sẻ những góc nhìn, những câu chuyện hay những cuộc phỏng vấn ngắn rất đời thường và cũng rất thú vị và hữu ích. Và video sẽ thường được lên sóng vào thứ Hai hàng tuần. Và trong số đầu tiên ngày hôm nay thì các bạn cùng theo chân mình nhé. Hi guys! Right now I'm here at Hanoi FC's training ground, not to run laps, but to catch up with one of the club's newest and tallest stars. He's almost 1.9 meters tall, grew up in the US, and he has a Vietnamese mom. Can you guess it? He's proudly wearing the purple of Hanoi FC.
Hi Duyên. Hi everybody. It's Kyle Colonna.
Can you find somewhere to sit, maybe on the bench or even on the grass? Because I think if we keep standing here, I might have a sore neck. Just try looking up at you.
Yeah, maybe we could find a spot down over that way.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Đầu tiên, mình đại diện MrEnglish gửi tặng Kyle một mô hình Mai Duyên. Đây là một nhân vật bước ra từ bộ truyện tranh 7 viên ngọc rồng lừng danh. Mọi người có biết từ mô hình trong tiếng Anh là gì không nhỉ? Đúng rồi, là figurine. Và mình thấy Mai Duyên cũng giống Kyle một điểm. He's laid back off the battlefield, but a beast when the action starts. Just like Kyle, chill off the pitch, fierce on it. Vẻ ngoài khá là thư thái, thân thiện, vui vui, nhưng rất là sục sôi và quyết tâm khi cần. Các bạn có đồng tình với mình không nhỉ?
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you so much. Well, I got here in the beginning of August, so my first impression was that it was so hot, so unbelievably hot. I started sweating right when I got off the plane.
And your mom is Vietnamese.
Mm-hmm.
Does she teach you any Vietnamese food or phrases before you came here?
I learned a few phrases pretty quickly, just like thank you, cảm ơn, and xin chào, just very, very short phrases when I was about to come to Vietnam. As for food, my mom cooked some Vietnamese food for me growing up, so I had some really good Vietnamese food to grow up in, and it was nice to come here and get to try those food locally as well. My grandfather spent time both in Hanoi as well as in Ho Chi Minh, but Saigon at the time. So they spent a little bit of time in both. I have had a chance to see the place that my grandfather lived in Hanoi. So that has been really, really cool when he spends half of the year here in Vietnam. So when he came to visit me, we went around Hanoi and he showed me his hometown house.
What's the one Vietnamese dish that surprised you? Maybe in a good or weird way?
That's an interesting one. I think maybe something that I haven't been used to seeing too much, being in America, was seeing, it's very popular here in Hanoi, bún ốc.
Bún ốc?
Bún ốc.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of snails, and it's very new to me, but that was something that I think surprised me because I know a lot of people here in Hanoi, they love that dish.
Have you tried Vietnamese coffee, and how does it compare to American coffee?
I have tried Vietnamese coffee. I don't drink coffee too much because it makes me very jittery, but I have tried Vietnamese coffee here, and I realized that it is much stronger than coffee in America, so I already feel very hyper when I drink coffee. So when I tried Vietnamese coffee for the first time, I was very, very, very hyper, very jittery. So I like to do a lot of recovery, so kinds of massages or things that can kind of just like relax myself. I like to be in kind of like cool and quiet spaces, but I also love to shop. I like to look at different types of clothes and shop for clothing, as well as find new restaurants. I love food, all kinds of cuisine, so being here in Vietnam, I've been able to explore a lot of Vietnamese cuisine, but I have been surprised because Hanoi has a lot of different cuisine other than just Vietnamese, so it has been very nice.
So we heard that you love Lego and design.
Mm.
Okay. Where did that interest come from?
I think the interest came from when I was very young. That was always something that I loved to play with when I was a kid. I loved to build things, I loved to create things, and I think that translated into what I wanted to study for school and engineering and buildings and math. So I have taken that all my life, and I've really enjoyed just creating different things and allowing myself to build things out of from my own head.
Okay. And do you think your understanding of design and construction can help you in football?
I think it is helpful in some ways, and it is a different. It's a different perspective for sure. But I think that kind of idealistic, that kind of way of thinking is very structured and very disciplined. So I think that is beneficial in football and being professional. But also, as a football player, you have to be very creative. You have to also think outside of the box. You have to do a lot of things, and so I try and take a little bit of my design and structure, but also you have to also be instinctual and kind of be more creative as well. So.
Interesting. If you could choose again, would you still pick center back, or is there any position you'd like to try?
I think my teammates know that I probably would always want to be a striker, and I always want to go up the field, but they also know that I'm good where I'm at, and I probably shouldn't be up there trying to score goals because I'm not very good at it. So I think center back is a good spot, and I'm happy there.
Okay. Have you ever played as a deep line playmaker or defensive midfielder? And before, how was that experience?
I think when I was younger, I played midfield a little bit and defensive midfield. Once I kind of continued to grow and my size was very beneficial, that's when I kind of started to be looked at defensively and getting bigger and stronger. But I've played a little bit of midfield.
And what's been the biggest culture shock since moving to Hanoi?
I think the biggest culture shock has probably been the traffic and the streets. That has been something that is completely different from the US, and I was very shocked and didn't really know how everything worked when I first got here, but after living here for almost 11 months, I am driving my own scooter and you know, doing all right on the road. So I have learned, but I think when I first came, it was very chaotic and stressful, but I have gotten used to it now.
Okay, feels so much braver, right? And if you had to compare your first week in Hanoi to a dish, what would it be and why?
To a dish?
Yeah, a dish.
My first week in Hanoi to a dish. I think that I would probably compare it to tikal. Tikal.
Tikal?
Tikal.
Oh, tikal, like stew,
Yeah, yeah. A dish, right? Like a type of.
Yeah.
I would probably say that one because that was something that my mom cooked for me a lot growing up, and it reminded me of home. And I think coming here, seeing my roots and seeing kind of where my mom grew up, it reminded me a lot of home. And I think that is still one of my favorite dishes, and I always love it. And my teammates can speak for it, but. That is kind of how I felt in my first week. I just really enjoyed it. I was very excited, and I wanted more of it.
Oh, okay, like your comfort food, right?
Exactly.
Do you miss anything from the US?
I think sometimes it can be hard being away from family. My mother and some of my family members will come and visit, so that is very nice. But I think that can be hard. I think the biggest thing that I miss is every once in a while I miss a good cheeseburger.
Oh.
So I do enjoy those a lot, so I miss that a little bit.
Okay. Which teammate has helped you the most in adapting to the team life in Vietnam?
I would have to say two. I think Chip has definitely been great in helping me. He's a great leader. He speaks very, very good English, so he has helped me not only learn important words that I can speak in Vietnamese, but also just learn how to adapt in Vietnam and in Vietnam football, as well as my other teammate Dinh Hai. And Dinh Hai has been really, really great. He's closer to my age, and him and I get along and share a lot of jokes together. So they have been great for me.
Okay. And now, imagine one day you get your first red card
Okay.
in a V-League. What Vietnamese sentence would you use to argue with the ref?
What Vietnamese sentence would I use? Well, I don't know if it's something that I could say right now.
Let's try it.
But that's a tough one. I don't know what I would say to the referee, because I think if I said something that I maybe wanted to say, I would maybe be banned for more games.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I think.
so let me teach you one sentence.
Yeah.
It means I didn't do anything. Okay, and you need to say it in a bit high tone.
Okay.
Like you sound innocent. Em means I. Em đã làm gì đâu? Em đã làm gì đâu? Okay.
Em đã làm gì đâu?
Yes, and you say in a bit high.
Yeah, like I didn't do it.
Em đã làm gì đâu? Yeah, I didn't do it.
Em đã làm gì đâu?
You sound local. Yes,
Thank
very
you.
Good. Okay, and some last questions. Do you plan to continue studying Vietnamese seriously?
Yeah, I think now that I have finished a lot of my studies back home from the US, I really want to continue to study Vietnamese more seriously than I have. My teammates have helped me with words and speaking, but I think that it's important for me to learn more vocabulary and to be able to speak it more with my teammates. So I really want to take it more seriously now that I have some more free time to study.
Yes. And what advice would you give to any foreign player who wants to join a Vietnamese club?
I think that the best advice I would have is have a very open mind. I think that learning the culture as quickly as you can to be able to understand and adapt is going to be important. But I think also too is take that with a grain of salt, and that you also need to come here and you need to be yourself and you need to show yourself as well as you can, because while this is can be different culturally for a lot of people, you always have to show up and be authentic and be yourself. So that's what I would say.
Và tiếp theo chúng ta sẽ chào đón sự góp mặt của anh Đỗ Hùng Dũng, một tiền vệ của Hanoi FC, cũng là cựu đội trưởng lâu năm của đội tuyển quốc gia. Và tiếp theo thì anh Dũng sẽ hỏi nhanh và Kyle sẽ đáp gọn.
Okay. Bún chả or phở?
Bún chả.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Messi? Zidane or Beckham?
Beckham.
Beckham. Would you choose to play Lego with you? Hùng Dũng or Luka Modric?
Hùng Dũng.
Yes. We are teammates. Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Beach holiday or mountain escape?
Beach holiday.
Yeah, like me. Slide tackle or head the goal?
Definitely header goal.
Head the goal. Yes. Coffee with milk or black coffee?
Coffee with milk.
Training at 6 a.m. or match at 9 p.m.
Maybe training at 6 a.m.
Like training at 6 a.m. PlayStation or board games?
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Okay, so next one is speak fluent Vietnamese or score a hat trick in V-League.
I would say speak fluent Vietnamese.
Yes? Yeah, score one goal is okay.
Yeah, one is okay.
Mom's cooking or street food in Hanoi?
Mom's cooking.
Mom's cooking. A strike that imagine you or crossing a Hanoi street during rush hour?
Probably crossing the street during rush hour because I would hate if someone nutmegged me.
Lose your phone or lose a football match.
I can always get a new phone. Lose my phone.
Yes. We can win the match.
Yes.
And take it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's Kyle's turn to test Hùng Dũng 10 English idioms, and you will give him 2 options, and he needs to pick one. Okay, let's start it.
Okay, Chip.
Yeah.
If something is a piece of cake, what does that mean? It is A, very easy, or B, very expensive.
Very easy.
Correct. Next one. If I say break a leg, what does that mean? A, be careful, or B, good luck?
Good luck.
Correct. If I say I'm under the weather, am I feeling A, sick, or am I enjoying the rain?
6.
You're feeling sick, correct. Yes. If I say spill the beans, does that mean A, reveal a secret, or B, to waste food?
You can ask me again.
If I say spill the beans,
Spill the bean.
does that mean A, reveal a secret, or B, to waste food?
Spill the beer.
Spill the beans. A, to reveal a secret. That is correct.
Yeah.
If I say something costs an arm and a leg, does that mean A, it's super cheap, or B, it's super expensive? If it costs me an arm and a leg,
Arm and leg.
is that going to cost you a lot or a little bit?
Super cheap.
No.
It's a bit.
Super expensive. If you lost an arm and a leg, that would be very valuable, don't you think?
Okay.
Next one is, if I say don't judge a book by its cover, does that mean appearances can be misleading, or always read books carefully?
Can you
Yeah.
say it again?
Don't judge a book by its cover. Does that mean appearances can be misleading, or don't read books carefully, or always read books carefully?
Always look carefully.
You think so?
Yeah.
It is actually appearances can be misleading. Yeah. Okay, next one. If I pull your leg, does that mean A, I am joking, or B, I am angry? If I pull your leg.
Pull my leg. You angry?
It means I'm joking.
You're
Yeah,
joking.
I'm pulling your leg. Okay, next one. If someone says they are loaded, does that mean A, they are rich, or B, they are tired?
They are rich.
They are rich, correct. If I say I'm broke, does that mean I'm wealthy or I have no money?
I have no money.
Correct. Okay, last one. If I say a match is a breeze, does that mean A, it's very difficult, or B, it's very easy?
Rich?
If it's a breeze.
Breathe. Breathe.
Yeah, if it's a breeze, if it's just like a cool wind of air.
It's easy.
It's very easy.
very
Yeah,
easy,
it's a
very
very
easy.
nice. Okay, good.
Yeah, good.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
How did he do, to be honest?
I think he did pretty good. Some of those were a little bit tough, and I think that even growing up for me, it took some time for me to learn those, but I think he did great.
Yeah, I think someone's binge watching Netflix behind our backs, right? Hy vọng là sau buổi giao lưu ngày hôm nay, chúng ta đã có những góc nhìn mới, những câu chuyện mới và học tập được những cách diễn đạt thật là tự nhiên. Và cuối cùng thì rất là cảm ơn anh Hùng Dũng và Kyle đã thu xếp tham gia. And now, goodbye!
Bye.